everyone, and welcome back to a Sims 4 speed build. As always, this is going to be really kind of low energy, really chill. By all means, if you want to just skip through to the end, skip through to the end. Or if you're like me, you might want to have a kind of dreary voice in the background whilst you're getting on with something, or if you're sort of lying in bed trying to go to sleep. So I thought I would kind of bring almost kind of ASMR vibes to some simmers. So today is going to be a luxury bathroom, and I really wanted to play around with the platform tool that's recently been made available to us. And I have to say I'm loving it, although I do think it needs some tweaking. But I really can't complain too much. So I wanted to make a kind of log cabin-y, sort of old English country home effect for this bathroom. And I wanted to have a raised bath with a kind of integrated fireplace. And I also did a lowered shower. So it's almost kind of like a wet room almost. So I've actually edited out a fair bit where I'm really just playing around with the platforms and the walls, and I'm really giving it a good go, trying to work it out, and for you guys watching it would be a little repetitive. But you know what, in the end I think I do a good job, I think, of kind of creating this, like I say, integrated fireplace like in the wall next to the risen bath area. So I've put in the classic cheats, and I'm just having a good scroll through the debug items. I'm putting aside excuse, that's my husband. I'm putting aside things like candles and those kind of objects you find when you're scrolling through the debug items, because if you use that cheat you'll know that you can't copy items if you want to pick the same thing up. So here I wanted to add some kind of like drawers or storage around the fireplace. I was going to wrap around the whole fireplace with those really nice like wooden drawers, but I thought I'd just stick to the side. So here I've used a debug wall, I think, and I'm just, so there you go, I'm placing them all so I don't have to go back into the menu and keep having to scroll for ages. So I think so I go with this stony wall from Windenburg, and I use that to wrap around the fireplace, and like I said, I think the end result looks really good. This took me a little while, I've got to say, but that's okay, it was still fun, I still had fun. So I think here is another part that I could have edited out, really, because I'm really like playing around, like really not getting fed up, but this was getting a bit tedious at this point. I was trying to find a kind of vertical sort of wall piece to go by that left hand side of the fireplace. So in the end I go to the debug menu again, and then I filter it out to the outdoor retreat back, as you can see here, and I picked out some logs, and I thought I'd use some logs as an effect. And these are really useful if you want to create kind of like beams in your house, like especially if you're doing kind of old style English homes or Tudor homes, which I think are quite popular. So I did this kind of log beam on the top of the fireplace, which I thought looked really, really nice and really fit the vibe I was going for, although I really played around trying to match it up. It took me ages. Yeah, so there's the kind of vertical log thing that I sized up from the outdoor retreat debug menu, and then I'm like, oh, this is not working. I need to find a way to kind of pad it out, if you see what I mean. Yeah, so then I'm like, okay, we need some light up in here. So you can kind of see the effect that I was going for. The fireplace, like I say, is part of the wall. Yeah, so I put in some more logs and things like that just to make it look a little bit more authentic. Do I add some more? I think maybe I do. No, I don't. I think I leave it there. Yes, looks like it. Okay, so I'm going in with the blinds and curtains. And I was unsure what kind of style would match these windows. Initially, I really like these. I really like the kind of shutter effects, but they're kind of modern looking and have that metal sort of stripe going down it. So I went for these kind of almost like a see-through drapes, not nets, with some blinds sides down along the top of the windows there. Placing the curtains was really difficult, I've got to say, because I'm obviously using a platform there, and as I mentioned before, with I think some bits need to be tweaked, like that the curtains don't snap to the windows as they should. At least that's what I found in my case anyway. But that's cool, that's cool. Just takes a little bit more kind of sort of fiddling around, which is no problem. So, oh yeah, I've got to get my saves in. So yes, I'm placing some lighting in there. Lighting that's going to go with the aesthetic that I'm after, which is basically just you know, warm and cozy. So I think I get some wall lamps in a minute. Okay, so I'm placing some lanterns. So I get some wall lamps and I put them behind the fireplace to kind of light up the wall. In fact, I think I've already done that. And even though you can't see the wall lamps at all, because they're on the wall behind the fireplace there, they still light it up, so it still gives a kind of glow, which I think is really cool. And as you can see, I love excessive candles. So I really wanted to have a nice kind of chandelier over the bath. I thought that was really nice, and have the bath kind of facing the fireplace. So here I'm playing around with some bathtubs, and again I think I went back to this one and I changed it to a nice copper effect, which I thought was nice, which I think suited the idea more. And again, I'm also really into excessive plants. I love green. Like, green is good, so I definitely put that into my Sims games. I've got so many plants at home. Oh yeah, you can see I follow Kate Emerald there. Yeah, and I just think like the kind of plant display in the corner of the room just fills it up, makes it look less kind of minimal. And yeah, I just really like the effect of it. And this is definitely how I would have my bathroom, 100%. Yeah, I love it. So I'm almost done with this kind of bath area here. So I just wanted to fill up the walls a little bit more. I love those kind of old style pictures that you see I'm placing there. So yeah, so I think I'm nearly done. So I'm looking for some, a nice rug, which is the beautiful like faux fur rug, and that came with a snowy expansion pack. Snowy Escape expansion pack, sorry. And again, I think that just looks perfect for the kind of look that I'm going for. So I had kind of almost a bit of trouble, not trouble, but I had to think a little bit harder about how I was going to furnish the rest of the bathroom, since I'd put so much effort into, the bath area. So I did a separate toilet, so kind of a separate WC, as that is kind of common in UK homes. I think it might be in American homes as well. I'm sure there's like a little kind of cupboard that you go to use the actual toilet. In expensive homes anyway. But over here in the UK, it's actually a trait of it kind of being an older home. But I don't really know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so here I'm doing the classic kind of bathroom miscellaneous objects that always add character. So here I get a brainwave. Here I'm like, this is where the shower's going to go. And I really wanted to make an integrated shower. So I'm kind of playing around. I was like, do I do a corner one? And the game really kind of doesn't like me in a minute. So yeah, so I'm looking at this and I'm like this isn't gonna work. So I went back to the drawing board, and then yeah, here's where I'm like, oh, hang on a minute. So yeah, so we get that shower, and then yeah, so I go to platforms here, and that's when I'm like, yes, a sunken shower, I love that. God, you can tell I'm quite proud of this bathroom. It's the most detail I think I've put into any Sims bathroom ever. Yeah, so here I'm trying to kind of line that with a half wall, but it keeps like getting rid of the platform. So I struggle a little bit here, and I was like, oh, I don't want to do that, I don't really want to close it off. So I put in, you know, nice big windows that act as kind of shower doors such. Even though there probably wouldn't be much need for it because it's a sunken shower, but you get the idea. I really like the way it turns out in the end. So here I'm kind of choosing some tiles to put in there, and then I think I go for another window. Yes I do, there we go. And oh my god, just look at it, like I love the way the step just forms out of the floor. Like that looks so good to me, in my eyes anyway. Yeah, so that's the shower area, and I really like it. I really like the way it turned out. Okay, so yes, at this point I was thinking, right, so this bathroom is ridiculously huge. So I closed it down a little bit, but then it kind of made it difficult to have the walls up and work with it, but that's okay. So I choose these counters for the sink space, and I think I do his and her sinks. And there's nothing really amazing or fantastic, I've got to say, about this area. Oh, if you find this in the gallery as well, it looks really odd. So I couldn't upload it as a room because it didn't recognise the fact that it was a room, and it was like really freaking out. So I couldn't upload it as a single room to the gallery. So I had to upload it as a lot. And as you know, when you upload a lot to the gallery, it only, like the screenshots do us dirty. They really do us dirty. So it only shows the outside, which is obviously just a blank wall. So I only did this bathroom today. So if you see it on the gallery, it just looks like just a blank house. On the outside it looks really rubbish, but if you see this video you will know that there's a lovely luxury bathroom inside, and then you can obviously you know, build a house around this or pick it up and move it, like whatever you want to do. So I'm just doing the final touches to the furnishings. I love a good chair in a bathroom. So I think that's maybe the final piece of thing. Yes, I think there's going to be some, oh, and the door of course. And yeah, there's going to be some machinima in a minute.
Oh, cute babe.
Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I really appreciate it. If you subscribe,
Oh.